Steve Burton, Director of Stranding and Assessment at Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. Okay, I figured I'd get it eventually. Well, we like to talk. It seems like about every 6 months or so, maybe a little less, because of what you do, and kind of bring us up to date on. Well, first of all, tell us what you do. I guess that would be the best way to start.
Yeah, Bob and friends, good morning. So yes, for those that are new listeners, we are the Marine Mammal Stranding and Population Assessment Group here at FAU Harbor Branch. We respond to dolphin and whale strandings in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin County. And then we also do photo ID of the same animals in the Indian River Lagoon, but also the dolphins and whales offshore in that same area. So I've got a great team that's always busy, either doing data at the computer or out in the field taking photos.
Yeah, and as we've talked about before, the dolphins have a unique identifier, just like we do.
Yeah, you can identify the dolphins by their dorsal fins. They each have individual notches or nicks, so kind of like a fingerprint like a human. And so for our team, we're on our fifth year of doing photo ID surveys in the river on our permit. And we know, or my team knows, over 490 dolphins that live or swim through Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin County in the Indian River Lagoon system. And then, believe it or not, we also have 300 bottlenose dolphins offshore in our catalog. So we do go offshore, and we're taking photos of those dolphins, too, to record their home range, behavior, body condition, all that good stuff.
So I guess they kind of hang around in the same area pretty much?
Some of the dolphins in the river do have a range that they do go up and down in, looking for food, friends, all that good stuff. Some we in our catalog, they don't know boundaries or imaginary lines of the county lines. So sometimes in our individual animals in our catalog, in the northern area, where it ends at Sebastian Inlet for our permit, we only see them maybe once or twice a year because they've moved north into their home range there. So their home range must be the southern part, which enters ours. So they do move around, like I said, chasing fish, chasing friends.
What's the overall health that you've been able to assess? Are they... Because I know for a while there, the dolphins were having some problems.
Yeah, about less than 10 years ago, there was an unusual mortality event going on with the dolphins, but right now it seems to be stable. I've read papers that there's approximately 1,100 plus dolphins in the Indian River Lagoon. And again, we do part of that lagoon. We don't do all of it for photo ID. And we have 490 of those animals in our catalog. So right now it seems stable. I always like to knock on wood. I don't want anything to go bad in the river with the dolphins. So.
Yeah, and you mentioned you do strandings as well, and we really haven't had many strandings around here, have we?
Not that we've heard from. We did have, I last spoke to you in June. We did have in July up by Mulligan, up by Captain Hyams area. We had one of our known moms pushing a dead dolphin. Looked like a stillborn, so sometimes that happens, and it was reported over several days. National Marine Fisheries is the permitting agents of dolphins, where we get our permits from, and where dolphins are protected by law through that Marine Mammal Protection Act run by National Marine Fisheries. So we like to let the moms, when they do have a dead calf, to mourn, so to speak. I don't want to anthropomorphize, but we let her push it around till they give up, and hopefully we collect the carcass afterwards to see what happened. In this case, after a few days of pushing it around, we never got the carcass. So either it washed up somewhere or the predators ended up eating the dead animal afterwards, which is life. And sometimes with these carcasses, after being pushed around for several days, even if we do get it, there's not a lot of science we can get out of the carcass, maybe genetics, sex, if we could tell from that, just because of the decay. But we try our best.
Yeah, one thing about the ocean is somebody's always eating somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So,
well, if somebody does come across a stranding, what should they do? I know the initial thing is, well, let's push it back in the water.
yeah, please don't push a stranded marine mammal back in the water, and that includes manatees as well as dolphins and whales. If you do see a dolphin or whale in distress, please call 888-404-3922, and that's the FWC hotline for all animals in the state of Florida. So no matter where you are in Florida, if you call that number, 888-404-3922, whether it's dolphins, whales, manatees, turtles, pelicans, they will try to get a rescue group like our team, if we're in that area, to respond to that animal, to take a look at it. And we'd rather you call it in than try to push it back into the water again where it doesn't get help that it needs.
Yeah, it's stranded for a reason. And,
Correct.
You need to find out why. Because if you push it back in, it'll just probably come back again in another location, right?
Yeah, and then nobody knows where it is, and, that animal's still suffering with pain. So it's best just to call the experts, and we'll see what we can do. And our veterinarians can take a look at it.
Well, you got a really interesting job, Steve, and so does your crew who work with you. That being able to be out on the water like that and identify the various dolphin life out there, that's a great job.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, and I have a great team. I can't do it without them. They spend more time on the boats than I do. I'm always seem to be doing paperwork, so I'm a little jealous that they're on the water all the time more than me, but I do get out there when I can. But they're all amazing. I cannot thank them enough.
All right. Well, Steve, as always, thanks for being on the show, and we'll talk to you again in a few months.
That would be great. Have a great September, Bob. Thank you so much.
Again, Steve Burton, Director of Stranding and Assessment at Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute.